lose, it could be fatal. So yes, they can be less than cordial at times, sorry to say. Maybe some of them need to try harder or get counseling, but Jelena Porter, the new deputy spokesperson for the United States State Department, has stated that cops are the biggest threat to our national security because white cops are racist. Enough. You Moore County troublemakers, put up or shut up. Just because a cop doesn't kiss your butt doesn't lead to the verdict of racism. Next thing you know, you're going to require a special forces guy to blow the bad guy a kiss before they kill him. Point out racism where you see it, but don't try to spray paint everyone with your guilt. I love our cops and our military and our nation and our citizens in the Zumwalt zone.
A few early flurries will gradually move out, and as we head throughout the afternoon, we are going to see clouds break apart. Today is going to be a blustery one. That's going to drive our feels-like temperatures into the mid-30s, although we'll top in the low to upper 40s for afternoon highs. Once we head into tonight, we'll be cold, heading into the mid-20s. We're going to see sunshine tomorrow. Expect highs in the mid to upper 40s with windy conditions around. I'm meteorologist Peter Sherwood in the Weather Center.
And now, the Sandhills' #1 morning show. Mornings with the LeaderMan. Here on Talk 97.3 FM, 104.1 FM, and 990 AM WEEB. And heard and seen around the world at talk973.com.
The best part of waking up is waking up with us.
Do you know what today is?
Yes, of course.
Well, it's Groundhog Day.
That's right, woodchuck chuckers. It's Groundhog Day!
Punxsutawney Phil, the seer of seers, prognosticator of prognosticators.
What's it going to be?
6 more weeks of winter, I say.
6 more weeks of winter.
Or it could be the coming of an early spring.
You think it's going to be an early spring? Who knows?
Punxsutawney Phil!
Showtime.
Tell me, doctor, where are we going this time? Is this the 50s or 1999? All I wanted to do was play my guitar and sing. So take me away, I don't mind, but you better promise me I'll be back in time. Gotta get back in time. Don't bet your future on one roll of the dice. Better remember, lightning never strikes twice. Please don't drive me. Don't wanna be late again. So take me away. I don't mind. But you better promise me I'll be back in time.
Good morning. Talk 97.3 FM, 104.1 FM, and 990 AM WEEB. Welcome back to the most listened to program in all of the Sandhills. Time once again for Mornings with the LeaderMan. I am Steve Leader Adams, along with Colonel, retired Marine Colonel Jeff Drummond. Good morning, Colonel.
Hey, good morning, Moore County. Good morning, unfortunate pilot. Weather's a little cool out there this morning, so, you'll have to bundle up a little bit. But, get outside, take your walk. It's healthier outside for you than it is inside. And, leave that filthy face mask. Certainly healthier for you than in here.
Can't blame it on the dog. It's not here today.
I know.
Don't forget, of course, we are being heard and seen around the world on our live video stream. That's back up and running after days of trying to figure out what YouTube did with their update. Oh, it looks so much nicer. I just love it. Anyway, get to it by going to our website at talk973.com or talk1041.com or weeb990.com. Any of those threes will get you to the same place. Top middle of the page is where the link's located for the video. Now, on your mobile device, fire up YouTube and put Mornings with the LeaderMan in the search for that. If you're on your mobile device just wanting our audio stream, that's easy too. You get a streaming app, any streaming app, such as TuneIn, iTunes, Streamer, many others work. Just put WEEB in the search. And if you're on our website, just go to the upper right-hand corner of any of our web pages where it says On the Air, Listen Live. Click that once and you're listening that quick. And we have thousands and thousands that do it every day. So check it out. Also, don't forget weather forecast today. Where is everything at, man? Yeah, do that. That really makes sense, Steve. Let's see. Can't find my weather. All right, we'll do it this way. Weather forecast for today. It's going to be mostly cloudy starting out, giving way to partly cloudy skies this afternoon. We'll go for a high of 46 for a high, no mention of rain. Tonight, clear, low of 26. Then Wednesday, sunny with a high of 49. Clear Wednesday night, 22. Thursday, partly cloudy, 51. Friday's the next chance of rain. 30% will be the chance of scattered showers under mostly cloudy skies and a high of 58. At least the temperature went up. And Saturday and Sunday, partly cloudy. Both days, look for a high Saturday of 51. Sunday, a high of 49 with a 40% chance of scattered showers in the afternoon. Right now, around the Sand Hills, winds are west-northwest at 2, gusting to 5, pressure 29-49, 2.23, humidity 68. It's cloudy and 31 degrees currently here at Talk 97.3 FM, 104.1 FM, and 990 AM WEEB. All right, 7:34 past the hour on this Tuesday. Let's see here. Let's stop that. And let's do a little, what we're going to do. We're going to do this. Worked on it all last night and might as well use it, huh? Of course, today is February 2nd, Groundhog Day. Wait, didn't we do this? Already go through this before?
Yeah, last year.
Groundhog Day, an old belief that if the sun shines on Candlemas Day, or if the groundhog sees his shadow when he emerges on February 2nd, 6 weeks of winter will ensue. To see a shadow, the sun must be shining, and the groundhog has to look in the correct direction. So sometimes it's shining, and they say he didn't see the shadow because he didn't look in the right direction. And then you get 6 more weeks of winter if he does see his shadow. And here's some little trivia about groundhog. How much money does Groundhog Days generate for business in Punxsutawney? Is it $15,000, $150,000, or $250,000? I know you don't know these. It's just a guess.
Nah, I don't know. 150,000.
You're right. Ding, ding. What's Phil's wife's name?
What's whose?
Punxsutawney Phil.
Oh,
Phil's wife's name.
Phil.
Good. Ding, 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 ding. Stop there. True or false? Punxsutawney Phil is really a woodchuck.
Oh, I don't know what kind of animal they're using now.
It is a woodchuck. Yeah. And when did Phil begin predicting weather at Gobbler's Knob? Was it 1887, 1907, or 1967?
Oh, man. It was earlier than 67. It was 1907, I guess.
1887. I got that one wrong, too. All right, let's see. And the final one, if you want to take it on, spell Punxsutawney.
No, I don't know. P-A-U-X.
And you've already missed it. Yeah. P-U-N-X-S-U-T-A-W-N-E-Y.
P-U-N-X?
Yeah, I got it wrong, too.
Okay.
Groundhogs whistle, but no tunes in particular. He climbs. If he's chased, he's a sun worshiper. He crawls out on a tree limb, perches on a fence post, or stretches out on a rock to sunbathe. He makes a dull pet. He eats in the summer and sleeps in the winter. In some states, you need a permit to keep him. And he likes to bite when he wants to be mean.
Yes. Yeah.
You ever been bitten by one?
No, but they clack at you. That's fine. Now, when you go out varmint hunting, you whistle and they stand up and you pop them.
That's not much fun. He's vegetarian. Yep, deal with it. He doesn't live with other hogs. He may move in to mate, but that's it. One and done, I guess. He's a homeboy. Doesn't get more than 50 yards from his den. When he travels, it's only to find a mate. He's homely, but it has saved his hide. His skin has never been prize fur. His hide has been, you didn't type it right. His hide has been used for bootlaces, and before banjo heads were made, plastic groundhogs were the favorite skin. All right, enough groundhog stuff.
That one I didn't know. How about that?
I didn't either. Groundhogs in the wild eat succulent green plants such as dandelion, greens, clover, and grasses. They also are tempted by nearby garden vegetables. At Cornell, they died on Agway woodchuck chow. Did they make woodchuck chow?
I guess. I don't know.
I guess there's a market for it out there. All right, Colonel, something we haven't done in a long time, and that is, are you smarter than a fifth grader? Following questions come from a standard fifth grade curriculum in the U.S. 4 out of 5 correctly, or you ain't got the sense of a fifth grader. All right, these are easy for the Colonel. The Battle of Gettysburg was fought in which war?
The Civil War.
The Revolutionary War, the World War II, or the Civil War? Ding, ding, he got it right already. Name the president whose picture is on the 50-cent coin. Is it John F. Kennedy?
Yeah.
Dwight Eisenhower or Thomas Jefferson?
It's Kennedy.
That's right. 2 words that sound like they are spelled differently are called what? Synonym, antonyms, or homonyms?
Homonyms.
Right. And how many continents begin with the letter A? 2, 3, or 4?
4.
4 is correct. And invertebrates are animals that do not have which of the following? Legs, eyes, or backbones?
What are we talking about?
Invertebrates.
Invertebrates, no backbone.
Right. Ding,
No
ding.
bones.
Got 100% today. All right. I tell you what. Yesterday, I went and had what they call, what is it called now? I forget the name. When you get that injection, what is it called? It's external.
Oh, I don't know what the technical term is for it, but it's getting
Cortisone. Steroid injection.
Right.
External steroid injection into my spine. And I've been having trouble with the sciatic going down, so it's in the low part of the spine. And I go in there, everybody's extremely nice. And they get me lying down on this table, and they expose the spot. And they said, okay, you're going to feel a pinch and a burn as the fentanyl goes in. So, sure enough, bink, get the pinch, and bink, here's the burn. Got that. And then they say, okay, from now on, you should only feel pressure. And they inject the needle down to the spine and in through the spine to the spot. And I mean to tell you, when they hit that spot, you got to lie still through all this, but it was the worst pain I have ever experienced in life. And I've experienced a lot of it. It was like a hot poker sticking right in the sore spot on your body. And you're going, oh, really, like that. And then they said, okay, we're going to put the steroid in, and that hurt just as bad as the poke. And then as soon as they pull it out, pain stopped, as far as the excruciating part. And it takes 3 to 5 days for that steroid to kick in, and the numbing fluid wears off right away. What I say was, golly, why did I draw blanks in the morning? You're not helping, Colonel. You should know.
I don't have no clue what you're talking about.
Well, it's the shot. They numb you up with what?
Oh, I don't know. Cortisone or something.
No,
You know,
it's starts with an L.
lidocaine.
Lidocaine, yeah. I'm numb you up with that, but that wears off pretty quickly, and then you're down to your sore spot. And this morning, when you sleep on it, you don't move it at all. Boy, does that hurt. And you probably heard me where you live. I woke up. Golly, that was tough. Hopefully it'll last a lifetime. More realistic, it'll be 3 to 6 months. But we'll see. In some cases, it doesn't work at all. You had your mother didn't work for her.
No.
Does she cringe when they hit the spot?
I don't even want to get into it. All right, just not relevant to your situation.
All right. Well, anyway, that was my fun yesterday afternoon. Let's get into other things that we need to know so we don't sound stupid. Saved by the Bell star Dustin Diamond, he played Screech, died yesterday after a brief battle with stage 4 cancer. He was 44. Scientists in South Korea have been working on a chip about the size of a piece of grain that you would have implanted in your brain. Then you'd be able to adjust your mood using a smartphone.
Oh, yeah. Wonderful.
Just imagine what you could do with your wife with a smartphone.
Yeah, right.
You're not in the mood?
Else.
You're not in the mood? Okay, star 21.
Yeah, imagine what the Chinese will do with that. Sure.
Yeah, you get a blast from space, and it
whose idea is this? This Bill Gates idea?
South Korea.
I got a chip he can insert.
Major League Baseball has proposed to the Players Union that the beginning of the season will be delayed this year until April 28th. Under the proposal, the season would be reduced from 162 games to 154 games, but there would be a longer playoff season with more teams in the mix.
I'm ambivalent. Don't care. I mean, they've been playing too many baseball games for forever, so,
That's how they got to pay for all those exorbitant salaries. A lot of these people, like I calculated one up on a pitcher that made an exorbitant amount, and it was $30,000 a pitch throughout the season.
Pretty much, yeah.
Crazy numbers.
Well, they have their luxury tax or whatever they call it in baseball. Owners can spend whatever they want, basically. So,
So you buy your team place.
Yeah, exactly.
Tony Bennett.
It's going on forever. So,
Tony Bennett, who has jumped many generations with his music, has been diagnosed with Alzheimer's. According to Nielsen, 2.3 billion minutes were viewed for Wonder Woman 1984 in its first 3 days on HBO Max during Christmas week. And the people who watched 2.3 billion minutes regretted every one of them. Because you sat there waiting for a plot to appear. Never did.
I didn't watch it, so...
You have no idea what she's fighting for. Whitney Houston's iconic performance of the national anthem 25 years ago almost did not happen. But there were some folks in an NFL front office who thought it was a bit over the top. Well, they just don't know national anthems, do they? That was the greatest one ever. Still is. Speaking of the Super Bowl, they're saying that The Weeknd, that's the guy who's going to be performing at Super Bowl, is spending $7 million of his own money to make his halftime show on Sunday beyond amazing, they say. It's 20 minutes long. $7 million of his own money, plus what the NFL's spending.
It would be beyond amazing if he just didn't do it.
Beyond amazing if he gave me the $7 million.
Yeah.
And I'll talk about it for at least 2 days. Brian Moss, Mediterranean, of Ohio, won $250,000 prize from a crossword scratch game on Thursday. That, by the way, was his 6th time he won.
All right. Well, he's got something going on with the lottery commission there.
A new law went into. He probably looks and sees where it, because they publish where the winners have happened and what game they were playing and how much money is left on each game, and he just probably comes up with his own formula for the odds. And no telling how much he threw away to get that $250,000.
They'll be investigating him. You can count on it.
A new law went into effect in Oregon yesterday that decriminalizes possession of all drugs.
Yep, there you go. Oregon. Move to Oregon, all you druggies and addicts and knuckleheads.
Have
there
at
you
it.
go. Yeah. Have at it is right.
You won't see most Americans there anymore. The pandemic has resulted. What you're going to see a lot more people in the streets and everything else, all killed over on drugs.
Yeah, you're going to see cities that look like Berlin circa 1945, and Actually, it's already started. So, yeah, head on out there, please.
Weeks after announcing she's pregnant, Olympian Shawn Johnson now says she's tested positive for coronavirus. The last 2 Toys R Us stores have closed over the past week, one in Houston, the other in the Colonel's hometown, New Jersey, or state.
New Jersey, yeah. Somewhere in Jersey.
Jersey.
Knock, Trent.
Meghan Markle says it was the palace that made the changes to her son Archie's birth certificate. Now you got to remember, Meghan hadn't wanted anything to do with the royals since she'd been a part of it. She wanted the big royal family wedding, of course. And then she talks hubby into moving to California and disowned the royals. So Mama Royal, the Queen, put on her certificate as Her Royal Highness the Duchess of Sussex, while Harry is listed as His Royal Highness Prince Harry Charles Albert David Duke of Sussex.
Well, here's a backhand for Meghan, I guess. An indecipherable birth certificate for the kid.
Well, you don't want any part of us? We'll make sure you have no part of us. The Better Business Bureau is warning people not to post their vaccine cards on social media. Sounds like a no-brainer, but some folks still need to be reminded. I haven't even seen the vaccine card yet.
So that's so you got to get a card now. Is that going to be it? You got to show a flash your card to get in and do things, huh?
Yeah, I'm eligible for a shot, and I went to moorecountync.gov/shot. That's where you're supposed to go, and you fill out a request for an application. They say, "Oh, we'll send you an email someday that says you can register for a shot." I went, "Well, why don't we do it now? Why have we got to wait?" Then when it's my turn, let me know.
Well,
because that's good, man.
It's already been determined that there's more than 20 million doses of this inoculation or vaccine have been
chunked,
disappeared somewhere into the great system. So, they don't know whether it was lost at the federal, state, or at the business or what. But we do know that our gubernator there can't figure it out, and this individual that he is hired,
Mandy Cohen,
from D.C., from the swamp to manage all this stuff for it. We know she's incompetent.
Yeah, they can't get it from Raleigh to your arm to save their life.
Well, I'm sure they have their shots.
Oh, of course. They're so important.
But, anybody here...
Got to have the continuation of give me.
There was the article, the gentleman from Gracious Living over there is 90, 80 plus, 90 plus, and they've been told that they're not going to get any distribution on the inoculation. So, yeah, it's...
So a 90-year-old can't get it. Is that what they're saying?
That's pretty much what he was insinuating. I don't know, don't know what was said directly other than what was in the article, that Gracious Living and other places have not been designated for distribution on this thing. So I don't know if that's true or not, but
All right, today's impossible question: which company was saved from bankruptcy when its founder took a gamble? This company narrowly avoided bankruptcy when the founder won a casino game. In fact, I'll tell you the whole story. This company couldn't make the payroll.
Was this your last trip to to Vegas?
No.
Oh, okay.
This company, maybe I need to make a trip. This is a publicly traded company, but he was in the startup phases of it, and he didn't have enough for payroll on Friday. So he went to Vegas, put it on red. I don't know whether it's red or black, on the roulette wheel, and bam, he hits it. Doubles his money, took his money right then, did not play again, and went back and paid his payroll.
So actually, in and amongst the stupidity and throwing all your money onto a roulette,
that was all or nothing.
He actually won and walked away. Was smart enough to walk away.
Yeah.
Okay.
Got what he came for, and
but at least he was that smart.
Today we know it as FedEx.
Okay. Well, good for FedEx.
Another no Trumper company. From a Did You Know category, according to a survey from Good Parenting magazine, 68% of women said they craved nachos the most when they were pregnant.
Nachos, okay.
Yeah. All right, I'm going to pause here and go to our audio bites so I get some in this hour because some of them are pretty good. Let's see here. All right, the best of the late night jokes for the Colonel to see if the Eunuch boys can make him smile or not.
According to a safety reporting system run by NASA, the rise of in-flight errors during commercial flights is being blamed on pilots being rusty because of the pandemic.
Don't worry. It's just like riding a bike 30,000 feet above the ground.
For the second year in a row, the Coachella Festival is canceled. There was talk they might hold it virtually this year, but it turns out doing Molly in a crown made of flowers isn't the same on Zoom. So
O.J. Simpson received the coronavirus vaccine on Friday, but maybe still stay 6 feet away.
A Minnesota woman is on a quest to find her wedding gown. Wendy Taylor pulled out the box she paid to have professionally packaged 14 years ago, but she was shocked to find her gown had been swapped with someone else's.
The woman was like, this can't be my wedding dress because it doesn't fit me at all.
Yeah. So the Colonel did laugh on one of them.
Yeah, you better stay 6 feet away from OJ. Or more. I don't know if 6 feet's enough.
Yeah. Let's see. Google and Ford have signed a 6-year deal. The Android operating system will be installed in most U.S. car makers' vehicles. The Google Assistant has something to add. General Motors is working with Microsoft, and Hyundai and also in talks with Apple.
Hey, this is the Google Assistant, gearing up to ride with Ford in 2023. Sorry, Cortana. See you later, Siri. Adios, Alexa. That's right, losers. I just inked a sweet 6-year deal with Ford Motor Company. I don't want to brag, so I'll just leave you with 5 words. How you like me now?
How you like me now? How you like me now?
All right, you remember last week when individuals in the stock market kind of banded together and took on Goliath, the hedge fund managers who easily manipulate the market up, a stock up or down at their will, and make billions of dollars every time they do. Well, they banded together and made them eat about several $1 billion because as they were trying to drive the stock price of GameStop down, they were bidding it up. And the little man made money, but the big guy lost millions. Billions. And Jimmy Kimmel was on, I think, Friday night, whining about that. He said, I don't think that individuals should be able to do that to a market. And I said,
what a moron.
Oh, well, he's got money in the hedge fund that lost him a lot of money. He saw his value go down about $40 million or something. And whines about it. Trying to sound smart on the TV. He sounded like a complete idiot.
Well, what they're finding out now that the trading was stopped by, a couple of, just read an article here, nefarious organizations there that, are supposed to be neutral, but they're not. And, it's just, this whole thing is so convoluted and it's obviously a fix. Just again, your average investor out here is going to get screwed by these billionaires, and that's all there is to it.
Well, let's see what GameStop has to say about it.
Hi, I'm Greg, Senior Guest Advisor at GameStop, the one next to the Hot Topic. First of all, let me stop you right there, funny guy. No, I don't have any stock tips. I'm 39. I make $10 an hour. I don't know why the stock is so high. I do know that one share is worth more than I make in a week. By the way, why do you keep coming back here? Everything, literally everything we have is available online. Why are you going to the mall to risk getting COVID for anime stuff and pops that nobody wants? I don't have any PS5s. This place is going straight Radio Shack. And you're saying, what's Radio Shack? Exactly. I gotta go. I have an interview to join the Geek Squad. But in the meantime, for me, Greg, and all the employees at GameStop, we don't know and we don't care. GameStop. Just stop.
Well, the study says twice as many people than usual plan to watch the Super Bowl alone this year. For some guys, this will work out just fine. They always prefer it that way.
It's almost time for his football game. He likes his things all the same. He watches his team from his favorite chair.
You know, I'm going to stop this. It's awful. I didn't mean to play a song cut. Let's do the not headline news for this date.
This is not headline news. Today is Groundhog Day. It happens on the same day in February every year and means absolutely nothing. Oh no, that's Valentine's Day. My bad. For the record, Punxsutawney Phil is only right 39% of the time. Still more factual than Facebook and Twitter posts. Wallet Hub named Florida the best state in the U.S. for singles. Wisconsin was the top state for craft singles. Justin and Hailey Bieber strip in a new music video. Wow, she looks hot. Oh, that one's Justin.
All right, here's your news. We'll be back. I said...
A few early flurries will gradually move out, and as we hit throughout the afternoon, we are going to see clouds break apart. Today is going to be a blustery one. That's going to drive our feels-like temperatures into the mid-30s, although we'll top in the low to upper 40s for afternoon highs. Once we head into tonight, we'll be cold, heading into the mid-20s. We're going to see sunshine tomorrow. Expect highs in the mid to upper 40s with windy conditions around. I'm meteorologist Peter Sherwood in the Weather Center.
Broadcasting from the top of the North Carolina Sandhills, 97.3 FM, 104.1 FM, and 990 AM, WEEB, Southern Pines, Pinehurst, Aberdeen.
News this hour from townhall.com. I'm Rich Thomason. A powerful nor'easter has slammed the Northeast with well over a foot of snow, along with high winds, even some coastal flooding. And as the New York City region starts digging out, people in northern New England are hunkering down as a massive storm barrels toward them.
The sound of shoveling and plowing could be heard up and down the East Coast. The National Weather Service says so far more than 16 inches of snow dropped on Manhattan Central Park. As much as 30 inches was reported in northern New Jersey. The storm shut down public transportation, canceled flights, and closed coronavirus vaccine sites. It caused power outages, car accidents, and some deaths. In Pennsylvania, authorities say a woman with Alzheimer's wandered from home and died of hypothermia. And an argument over snow removal killed a married couple. The suspect found dead of a wound believed to have been self-inflicted. I'm Julie Walker.
Following a meeting with President Biden at the White House, Republican Senator Susan Collins of Maine says she is optimistic about the prospects for another COVID relief package, a bipartisan plan at that.
We have demonstrated in the last year that we can come together on a bipartisan package dealing with the COVID crisis. In fact, we've done that not just once or twice, we've done it 5 times.
Collins, one of 10 GOP senators who met with the president yesterday at the White House. In Punxsutawney, Pennsylvania, that world-famous groundhog out with his prediction for the rest of the winter.
When I turn to see, there's a perfect shadow cast of me. 6 more weeks of winter there will be.
The annual Groundhog Day event featuring Punxsutawney Phil is a tradition that goes back more than 130 years. Wall Street Dow futures up 230 points. More on these stories at townhall.com.
Tell me why Relief Factor is so successful in lowering or eliminating pain. I'm often asked that question. Pete and Seth Talbot, the father and son founders of Relief Factor, tell me they believe our bodies were designed to heal. The doctors who formulated Relief Factor selected the 4 best ingredients, 100% drug-free ingredients that each help your body deal with inflammation. Order the 3-week quick start now. Discount it to only $19.95 to see if it will work for you too. Call 800-500-8384. ReliefFactor.com.
Dan owed an unbelievable amount of money to the IRS.
I got behind on my taxes. It's a horrible feeling.
Dan turned to Optima Tax Relief, the leading tax resolution firm who put his problems to rest.
They got the job done, and life is good.
Call Optima now for a free consultation.
Stop worrying. Make the call now.
Call 800-965-1433. 800-965-1433.
Optima Tax Relief.
For details, visit OptimaTaxRelief.com.
Pakistan Supreme Court ordering the man acquitted of the gruesome killing of American journalist Daniel Pearl off of death row moved to a government safe house.
Saeed Omar Sheikh, who has been on death row for 18 years, will be under guard and will not be allowed to leave the safe house, but he will be able to see his wife and children. The Pakistan government had been scrambling to keep Sheikh in jail since a Supreme Court order last Thursday upheld his acquittal in the death of Pearl, triggering outrage by the family and the American administration. I'm Charles de Ledesma.
Europe's economy shrank 0.7% in the final 3 months of last year, as businesses were hit by a new round of lockdowns aimed at containing a resurgence of the coronavirus. The quarterly drop in the official figure was not as sharp as experts had feared. That couldn't erase a gloomier outlook for the rest of this year. News and analysis, townhall.com. The Capitol police officer who died in last month's riot will be honored at the U.S. Capitol starting this evening.
Officer Brian Sicknick will follow two Capitol police officers who also laid in honor in 1998 after they died in the line of duty when a gunman entered the Capitol and opened fire. His casket will arrive at the Capitol at approximately 9:30 p.m. with an overnight viewing period starting shortly afterward for his former colleagues in the Capitol Police Force, in which he served for more than 12 years. Members of Congress will then be able to view his casket in the Capitol Rotunda until early Wednesday morning ahead of a tribute ceremony at 10:30 a.m. In Washington, I'm Bernie Bennett.
Outspoken Putin critic Alexei Navalny is in a Russian courtroom for a hearing. Could end up with him being sent to prison for years. Navalny was arrested last month upon returning to Russia from Germany, where he had spent 5 months recovering from a nerve agent poisoning that he and many Western governments blame on the Kremlin. More on these stories at townhall.com.
The greatest comeback of all time is underway. Remember to shop local businesses. A reminder from Talk 97.3 FM, 104.1 FM, and 990 AM. WEEB.
Do you love to drive your expensive European car everywhere? Except to the dealer for service, right? Vintage and Modern European Services in Aberdeen can help. Most high-volume dealers cost too much and could care less about your car. Vintage and Modern European Services offers premium white glove service that won't break the bank. Need simple maintenance, a big fix, or a pre-purchase exam? Vintage and Modern European Services is Moore County's favorite expert European auto service shop. Call 910-944-1023. That's 944-1023.
Is it style you want, or is it durability, or is it both? We've got you covered for all your flooring needs with our huge selection of Shaw floors. Looking for carpet, hardwood, or LVP? We've got it all. Have the confidence to do something new and different with Shaw floors. Hurry into Aberdeen Carpet, located at 2314 Highway 5 in Aberdeen, near Habitat for Humanity. Open 9 to 4 Monday through Friday and 9 to 2 on Saturdays. Visit us online at aberdeencarpet.com to check us out. Then come in and browse our huge selection, or call us at 910-944-6204 to schedule a free estimate.
When I opened my business, I knew I needed insurance. How much, what kind, where to buy? No idea. A friend told me to call FCIG, First Casualty Insurance Group, Southern Pines. My FCIG rep told me what I needed, and she showed me how to save on my home and car insurance, too. I was really surprised to find out that they represent over 3 dozen companies. Wow.
Time to call FCIG, First Casualty Insurance Group, Southern Pines. 910-692-8303. 910-692-8303.
At Pool Automotive, being local and family-owned isn't just a title. It's the lifeblood of our business. The moment you walk into our Aberdeen showroom, you'll be treated like family. You see, we believe that all our guests deserve quality, reliable used vehicles, and we have the inventory and finance options to make it happen. When you buy a new vehicle, the second you drive it off the lot, it's already depreciated by thousands. Before you throw that money away, come to Pool Automotive and check out our huge selection of premium vehicles. We have high-quality, off-lease vehicles, most of which are one-owner cars with low mileage and remaining factory warranties. Something else we do to save you even more? We We don't charge documentation fees. Yep, you heard us right. No doc fees here. Come in today, 500 South Sandhills Boulevard in Aberdeen, or call 910-637-0057 and experience the pool advantage.
This is Dr. Terry Ann Sams of Sandhills Weekend Dental. I know some of you are overdue for a cleaning and checkup, and we are excited to welcome a new dental hygienist to our team. Her name is Katie. I can't wait for you to meet her. Give us a call. We are here Wednesdays through Saturdays at 910-687-4423 or visit sandhillsweekenddental.com, 910-687-4423.
This is Chuck from Sunbelt Service Pros. Are you just not feeling it anymore with your AC service provider? Are you calling those guys because that's what you've always done, or because there's a sticker on the thermostat with an old phone number on it? How about this? Take a chance and you'll be thrilled to find that you're getting real value for your heating and cooling dollars. When you call Sunbelt Service Pros, you are dealing with a professional and reliable service provider. Our technicians are highly trained and certified and can quickly address any issues. Our customers find our technicians and office staff courteous, friendly, and professional throughout the whole process. We're doing something right here. You need to check us out, find out what you've been missing, and call us today. Sunbelt Service Pros at 910-944-2044 or go online to sunbeltservicepros.com.
At NCI News, I'm Mike Riley. President Joe Biden and GOP senators met yesterday to discuss the president's stimulus package worth nearly $2 trillion. Republicans are proposing a smaller $600 billion package. ECU political science professor Brad Lockerbie says,
I think this opportunity presents itself to allow him to pursue a bipartisan approach.
The North Carolina State Patrol says that at least one person is dead after a rollover crash after about 10 p.m. last night ended with a vehicle in a Duplin County pond. The rollover accident occurred near the intersection of the Kenansville Bypass and Highway 11. North Carolina will not issue or renew any more license plates with a Confederate battle flag on them. The North Carolina Division of Motor Vehicles confirmed Monday, but North Carolina Sons of Confederate veteran spokesman Frank Powell told WREL-TV the group believes a change is illegal.
One of our missions is educational, to teach people about the Confederate flag and that it is not offensive. It has been misused by hate groups in the past.
More than 2 feet of snow fell in some parts of New York and New Jersey, leaving even major roads covered. High winds on the coast caused major flooding as well. CBS's Mola Linga reports from Montclair, New Jersey.
This deadly and relentless nor'easter has brought with it whiteout conditions throughout the region, high winds, power outages, and coastal flooding. And states of emergency are still in effect throughout the region. Officials are warning people, if you don't have to go out, stay inside.
Masks will be required at the Raleigh-Durham Airport and other airports in North Carolina. This passenger tells ABC 11.
It's not fun wearing the mask all the time, but I'm betting having COVID's not a whole lot more fun.
He saw his shadow. Punxsutawney Phil says there's 6 more weeks of winter. You're listening to NCN News.
If you control farmland in eastern North Carolina and looking for the best use of your farm, you'll want to know about the Harvey Cotton Success Program. Cotton prices are rising, and Harvey's, with nearly 150 years of helping solve problems for North Carolina farmers, introduces a truly turnkey, one-stop cotton solution without the need for third-party financing. Now is the time to consider cotton. Learn more about how you can take advantage of the Harvey Cotton Success Program at harveyfertilizerandgas.com.
The 2021 Honda ATV lineup is here to prove it's possible to work smarter and harder. With the power to get the job done, the technology to make it easier, and tried and tested quality to keep you moving forward, the only thing left to add is you. Then you'll understand how life is better on a Honda. Honda recommends ATVs for riders 16 years and older and recommends that all ATV riders take a training course.
British health officials say they're in a sprint to get ahead of a highly infectious strain of the coronavirus. CBS News correspondent Vicki Barker has more from London.
Public health officials will be going door to door here this week in an attempt to test 80,000 people living in 8 different neighborhoods. This after testing found 11 cases of the highly infectious mutation first identified in South Africa in people with no travel history. Britain's vaccination drive is proceeding rapidly. The fear is this mutation could spread faster still. Vicki Barker, CBS News, London.
ECU's Brody School of Medicine has been extremely busy with COVID-19 research and relief efforts now. New funding and more ultra-cold storage freezers are coming to the school to assist. It'll be going towards learning the dynamics of the virus, how the body is impacted, and a mobile clinic for vaccination distribution. Dr. Peter Schmidt, Vice Dean at BSM, tells WITN.
The ability to do research on topics that are important to our community is just paramount to us.
Johnson & Johnson and Novavax say their vaccines show promising results. Duke University virologist Dr. David Montefiore tells CBS 17 if authorized, vaccines could increase supply dramatically.
The Johnson & Johnson vaccine is somewhat less effective, and that's not unexpected because it's only one shot, but it's still very effective, even with one shot.
Want to go on a once-in-a-lifetime adventure? Diane King Hall has had.
SpaceX is getting ready to launch 4 civilians into space without any trained astronauts on board near the end of this year. Billionaire Jared Isaacman purchased the flight, which he will command. Isaacman says it's part of an effort to raise $200 million for St. Jude Children's Research Hospital. SpaceX CEO Elon Musk is expecting the flight to last 2 to 4 days.
Mike Rayleigh, NCN News.
A few early flurries will gradually move out, and as we head throughout the afternoon, we are going to see clouds break apart. Today is going to be a blustery one. That's going to drive our feels-like temperatures into the mid-30s, although we'll top in the low to upper 40s for afternoon highs. Once we head into tonight, we'll be cold, heading into the mid-20s. We're going to see sunshine tomorrow. Expect highs in the mid to upper 40s with windy conditions around. I'm meteorologist Peter Sherwood in the Weather Center.
Right now, here in the Sand Hills area, it's cloudy and 34 degrees, humidity 68%, dew point 23, pressure 29-49, winds northwest at 2, gusting to 6. It's 8:15. Let's take a look at your Sand Hills news. For this Tuesday morning, a shooting in Southern Pines injured 2 people with 1 in critical condition on Sunday. The shooting took place in the area of Rothney Avenue just before 8 p.m. The victims fled the scene of the shooting in a pickup truck and pulled into a parking lot of O'Reilly's Auto Parts on US 1. One victim with a gunshot wound to the hand fled the scene before authorities arrived at the store. Emergency crews removed a white male victim from the vehicle with a gunshot wound to his chest. Air care was called but was unable to fly due to the weather. The victim was taken to Moore Regional Hospital. His condition is unknown. At this time, the other people in the truck were not injured. North Carolina has experienced the deadliest year for workplace fatalities in the last 10 years. There were 91 workplace fatalities in 2020. That number includes 26 related to COVID-19. The figures were released Friday by the State Department of Labor. In 2019, there were 55 workplace fatalities. That was the previous highest total since 2010. The construction industry is still the most hazardous industry. It had 26 work-related deaths in 2020. There were 22 deaths in the service industry. North Carolina State Parks had record-breaking visitation last year. The high number underscores the public's craving for outdoor space and exercise during the coronavirus pandemic. State Park spokeswoman Katie Hall said that North Carolina's 41 state parks and recreation areas had 19.8 million visitors last year. That's 400,000 more visitors than any other year on record. It's also 1.2 million more visitors than in 2019. The previous record for visitation was 19.4 million visitors in 2017. But the increased crowds have led to increased challenges. They include overflowing parking lots, litter, and damage to natural resources from heavier use of trails and popular sites. Well, that's your WEEB local news this morning from the Sand Hill Sentinel. And, of course, you can go online to sandhillsentinel.com for more information. It's 8:17. Sports is next, right here on Talk 97.3 FM, 104.1 FM, and 990 AM WEEB.
NCN Sports. Good morning. I'm Tony Rixby. Malik Monk had the best scoring game of his career. The Charlotte Hornets got a comeback they won't soon forget. Monk came off the bench to score 36 points, make 9 3-pointers. Coach James Borrego very pleased with the resilience from his team.
It's been a resilient group all year. We never drop the sword. Our mentality is we keep fighting to the end. We're down 10 with 2+ minutes to go. Nobody hung their heads, but even before that, we lose. We're down 2 starters. Everybody's chipping in. Everybody's fighting.
Short-handed Miami overcame shaky foul shooting down the stretch to beat Duke last night 77-75. Hurricanes made this one difficult by missing 4 of 8 free throws, including the front end of 2 1-and-1 opportunities in the final 75 seconds. Devin Palmer had 17 points off the bench, lifting North Carolina Central to a 91-77 win over South Carolina State. Omar Krosky led the Bulldogs with 18 points and 7 rebounds. In women's basketball, number 4 North Carolina State beat the nation's top-ranked team on its home floor for the second time this season, topping number 1 Louisville 74-60. Well, the Super Bowl is coming up this weekend, and in California, Los Angeles County Public Health Director Dr. Barbara Ferrer is urging people to stay home during the Super Bowl.
For the moment, we are headed in a positive direction, bringing down our cases. And the last thing we need right now are any super spreader events that set us back.
Rob Gronkowski just gave some Bucs fans the surprise of their lives. The tight end stunned 4 frontline healthcare workers with tickets to this weekend's Super Bowl game in Tampa Bay. The NFL recently announced they'd be giving away 7,500 tickets. You're listening to NCN Sports.
I'm Lynn Hanson, CEO of Crowder Constructors, headquartered in Charlotte, North Carolina. We have taken many precautions to keep our employees safe during the pandemic. We have a bot that sends a text to our employees every morning with a COVID survey. This survey requires employees to take their temperature and report if they have any COVID symptoms or have been around someone that may be positive. Getting our employees to stay home when they are or could be sick is our primary focus. Learn more on ways to protect your employees at ncunitedagainstthevirus.org. Construction, we're built for safety.
If the power goes out for your business, are you prepared with a backup? Without electricity, security systems go down, refrigerated items spoil, and customers are turned away. In other words, your business loses money. Control your power. Control your business with a Generac automatic standby generator. Alternative Power is North Carolina's Generac generator experts. In fact, all Alternative Power does is provide backup power. Financing options are available. See more at alternativepower.com.
The Major League Baseball Players Association has won a scheduling battle with the owners. MLB will proceed with on-time starts to spring training and the regular season after the players rejected a plan Monday night to delay reporting by a month. Management proposed the Players Association that the start of spring training be pushed back from February 17th to March 22nd, that opening be delayed from April 1st to April 28th, and each team's schedule be cut from 162 to 154 games. The players said no. Los Angeles Angels pitching coach Mickey Callaway, former manager of the New York Mets, aggressively pursued several women who work in sports media, sent 3 of them inappropriate photos. The Athletic reported Monday night that Callaway sent uninvited and sometimes unanswered messages to the women via email and text. Tony Rixby, NCN Sports.
As our economy gradually reopens, remember to support local.
Know you're doing the right thing and stay proud.
Be a part of the greatest comeback of all time with Talk 97.3 FM, 104.1 FM, and 990 AM. WEEB.
At Sand Hills Collision Center in Seven Lakes, we proudly serve all your automotive repair, auto body restoration, and collision repair needs. With our brand new state-of-the-art Chief straightening system and eco-friendly AmeriCure paint booth, you can rest assured that your vehicle, boat, or RV will receive top-notch repair and flawless paint jobs. And for all you aviators, we do aircraft body repair too. Sand Hills Collision Repair Center is veteran-owned and offers a 5% discount to our military military family. We give free estimate and accept all insurance and self-pay. All our ATECs will provide superior customer service from start to finish because we are committed to quality and prompt expert service. Bring your automobile, boat, or RV by today for a free quote at 135 Village View Drive in Seven Lakes. That's just 2 minutes from the Food Lion on Seven Lakes Drive. Or call us at 910-673-AUTO. That's 673-AUTO. Sandhills Collision Center, because you deserve the best. War Dogs Army Surplus. Moore County's largest selection of Army surplus has expanded and open for business. Since acquiring the adjoining building, War Dogs will now be able to provide Moore County with even more quality, high-end Army surplus. Bring in your Army gear, and War Dogs will match any legitimate offer from another competitor and beat it by 10%. That's right. War Dogs will match their offer and add 10% to your wallet. Open Monday through Friday, 10:30 a.m. to 5:30 p.m. and 11 to 4 on Saturdays. Located at 675 West Broad Street in Southern Pines, right across the street from Beefeaters, or call them at 910-920-7749. That's 920-7749. War Dogs. We offer more and sell for less.
Give your desk and your back an upgrade. Turn any old workstation into a sit and stand workstation with an Alera raised desktop from Sandhills Office Supply. With easy access levers for simple adjustments, this space-saving design is affordable too. Experience the benefits of an Alera lifting workstation with a demo at Sandhills Office Supply on US 1 in Southern Pines next to Smithfield's Barbecue.
The wait is finally over. Pinehurst Toyota's new state-of-the-art building is now open. We're making it easier than ever to buy your next car. With every Pinehurst Toyota purchase, you get the Pinehurst Toyota Advantage Plan. That includes our 3-day exchange policy, a lifetime limited powertrain warranty, 2 years no-cost maintenance, free car washes, complimentary loaners, and so much more, all at no extra cost to you. Stop in today to browse over 350 new, certified, and quality pre-owned vehicles. Our highly trained staff is ready to give you more for your trade and get you into your new car faster and easier than ever before. The best time to buy is right now. Visit PinehurstToyota.com to shop our entire inventory, get pre-approved, take advantage of our monthly service specials, or schedule your next service appointment. Pinehurst Toyota is open 7 days a week or anytime at PinehurstToyota.com. No cost maintenance provided by Toyota Care. See dealer for complete details.
If you're like most folks, you love your home. You love your neighborhood and those that live around you. But when you go inside your home, you see that it is in need of a massive updating, especially those bathrooms, kitchen, and great room. You know that these areas need upgrading, but you also know what a task it is to do it yourself. Hi, I'm Steve Leader Adams, and I've built over 2,000 homes, and I and my partner Larry Posterwaite have over 70 years of construction experience and have our own remodeling business called Relive It Remodeling. We also pride ourselves on making remodeling jobs an easy and enjoyable process for our clients. We look after everything from permits to the last paint stroke. We also show up when we promise and stay until completion. And we also recycle any materials through the Wounded Warrior program. And here's one more promise. Nobody, and I mean nobody, does better quality work than we do. For your next renovation job, give me a call right here at WEEB at 692-7440 or check us out on the web at relivitremodeling.com.
If you're tired of watching the stock market continually go up and down, but you're also insulted by the laughable rates being offered at the bank on your CDs, then pay attention. First of all, understand that you aren't the only one who's tired of this. And second, you should know that there are better alternatives out there for your savings. There's a good chance you've never heard of these alternatives because your bank and your stockbroker have done their best to be sure that you don't find out. But if you're interested in finding out about low-risk alternatives that allow you to defer taxes and earn much greater returns than you're currently getting with that CD, give Coach Pete DeRuta a call at Capital Financial Advisory Group, 800-851-1636. That's 800-851-1636. Sit down with Coach Pete for about an hour. Let him assess your situation and learn how to keep yourself from losing sleep at night while watching your money actually grow at a reasonable rate. Again, 800-851-1636. Call 800-851-1636.
Sandy Ridge Memory Care provides all the amenities of home while providing personalized resident care and a dedication to a safe, secure, and comfortable environment for your loved one. Providing care for dementia and Alzheimer's population has been our specialty for 20 years. Research has proven that a loving, structured, and intimate home environment successfully fulfills the needs of both the one affected by dementia and Alzheimer's, as well as the family caregivers. As one of the largest memory care facilities in North Carolina, we feature 3 separate secure units within our community. Each wing is designed for individual needs and preferences. Call for an appointment or just drop in to tour our facility and discover for yourself the care that sets us apart. Located only minutes away from Moore County and surrounding areas, Sandy Ridge Memory Care is the right place at the right time on Bowman Road in Candor or online at sandyridgeliving.com. Call 910-974-6000. That's 974-6000.
In Moore County, you know how much it means to have neighbors you can count on, like the one who mowed your lawn and trimmed and raked your pine straw the week you were sick. Well, here's another good neighbor you can count on. I'm Ward Rowland, State Farm Agent in downtown Southern Pines. My team and I are here to help life go right when you combine your home and auto insurance, which can save you money and time. So combine home and auto and start the savings rolling. Call me today, 910-725-0915.
We're proud to be working with our local businesses for the greatest comeback of all time.
Come together.
With Talk 97.3 FM, 104.1 FM, and 990 AM. WEEB.
The Zumwalt Zone is brought to you by Quality Built Homes, the Sandhills' #1 home builder, developer, and remodeler. With over 1,500 homes built in Moore County, we earn our name every day. Quality Built Homes, 910-944-7453.
Hello, I'm John Zumwalt, and you're in the Zumwalt Zone. I happen to know that Green Berets can be some of the most arrogant and cynical men you'll ever meet. I just don't know if I want these people protecting me. They seem so angry. And what about cops? These men and women, and though it's the most oft-repeated cliche around, well, they see the worst of everything. What does that even mean? Well, it means they see little kids that have things done to them that a paid escort would not allow. It means they see people who have passed, but they're not lying peacefully in a coffin. They have to deal with the manner of death, and that's often gruesome beyond any Stephen King book. They have people lie to them all the time, and they have to fight, and if they lose, it could be fatal. So yes, they can be less than cordial at times, sorry to say. Maybe some of them need to try harder or get counseling, but Jelena Porter, the new deputy spokesperson for the United States State Department, has stated that cops are the biggest threat to our national security because white cops are racist. Enough! You Moore County troublemakers, put up or shut up. Just because a cop doesn't kiss your butt doesn't lead to the verdict of racism. Next thing you know, you're going to require a special forces guy to blow the bad guy a kiss before they kill him. Point out racism where you see it, but don't try to spray paint everyone with your guilt. I love our cops and our military and our nation and our citizens in the Zumwalt Zone.
A few early flurries will gradually move out, and as we head throughout the afternoon, we are going to see clouds break apart. Today is going to be a blustery one. That's going to drive our feels-like temperatures into the mid-30s, although we'll top in the low to upper 40s for afternoon highs. Once we head into tonight, we'll be cold, heading into the mid-20s. We're going to see sunshine tomorrow. Expect highs in the mid to upper 40s with windy conditions around. I'm meteorologist Peter Sherwood in the Weather Center.
And now, the Sandhills' #1 morning show. Mornings with the LeaderMan. Here on Talk 97.3 FM, 104.1 FM, and 990 AM WEEB. And heard and seen around the world at talk973.com.
The best part of waking up is waking up with us.
Yes, of course. Well, it's Groundhog Day.
That's right, woodchuck chuckers. It's Groundhog Day!
Punxsutawney Phil, the seer of seers, prognosticator of prognosticators.
What's it going to be?
6 more weeks of winter, I say?
6 more weeks of winter.
Or it could be
the coming of an early spring.
You think it's going to be an early spring? Who knows? Punxsutawney Phil!
Showtime.
Talk 97.3 FM, 104.1 FM, and 990 AM, WEEB. Welcome back to the most listened to program in all of the Sandhills. It's Mornings with the LeaderMan, and I got some bad news for you. Less than an hour ago, Punxsutawney Phil did emerge and did see his shadow, so 6 more weeks of winter, at least there. North Carolina squirrel came out of its nest and did not see his shadow. So that should be in early spring. All right, I'm also joined this morning, of course, with Colonel, retired Marine Colonel Jeff Drummond. Good morning, Colonel.
Hey, good morning, Moore County. Good morning, unfortunate pilot. Hey, I hope you got your apple fritters and your coffee from Granny's this morning, because retired Marine Major David Hensley's in this morning, and he's got some more information for you.
Don't forget, of course, we are being heard and seen around the world on our live video stream. That's back up and running, and it's available to you from our website at talk973.com or talk1041.com or weeb990.com. Top middle of the page is where the link's located. And if you're on your mobile device, you get to it by firing up YouTube and put Mornings with the LeaderMan in the search. Now, if you're on your mobile device looking for just an audio stream, that's easy too. Fire up a streaming app such as TuneIn, iTunes, or Streamer. Many others work. And put WEEB in the search. If you're on our website, it's in the upper right-hand corner of every one of our web pages where the icon says On the Air, Listen Live. Click that once and you're listening back quick. Weather for us today here in the Sandhills is going to be partly cloudy today, at least by noon in this afternoon, a high of 46. Then tonight, clear and 26. Tomorrow, all sunshine, 49. Thursday, partly cloudy, 51. And Friday's the next chance of rain, 60% chance of showers. Look for mostly cloudy and a high of 58. Over the weekend, back to partly cloudy, highs in the mid, around 50 both days. Right now around the Sandhills, winds are from the northwest at 2, gusting to 5. Pressure is 2950, dew point 23, humidity 68%. Still cloudy, still 34 degrees here at Talk 97.3 FM, 104.1 FM, and 990 AM WEEB. All right, it is 8:34, 34 past the hour. Like Jeff said, David Hensley joining us this hour to bring, one thing I want to ask you, David, was, let me pull it up here. Let me pull it up here in my notes.
Here we go. There we go.
It's bad when Steve starts making program notes.
I know, right? When he's got it's Stump the Chump today.
No, this is real.
I have no comment. It's a personnel matter.
North Carolina State Board of Education will vote Thursday to adopt the new state social studies standard, kindergarten through high school.
Oh, yes.
The proposed standards are political in nature and paint America and her history as evil and racist. These divisive standards consistently separate Americans into groups in an effort to undermine our unity. The proposed standards indoctrinate our students against our great country and our founders. The standards are not age appropriate in the elementary grades. What say you, Mr. Board Chairman, member?
I have no comment because that's a personnel matter. That's what they taught me to say in the Moore County School School Board training. I'm sorry, I have no comment because that's actually that's what they want me to say.
Yeah.
They don't want me to come and actually talk about school stuff or anything. But I've got lots to say about that. First, I am so thankful that we have our Lieutenant Governor Mark Robinson, who's a strong voice for both school choice and traditional values. This particular issue, it highlights a couple things. One is it shows the results of having a Democrat governor, because regardless of how he appears in public, he appoints radicals. And they're trying to put this radical social justice warrior agenda on all the school districts in North Carolina. And oh, by the way, an important note on that, and something I've been thinking about, is, when you look at the electoral map of North Carolina, and you see all of the wonderful Republican-controlled counties, you see all the red. We had this discussion. Why are the communists not red? Right. Well, why did the media make the communists blues and the conservatives red?
Well, it used to be the opposite. Right. It was back in the 70s, 80s.
Yeah, just like I remember it was like 12 years ago. We just flipped. I woke up one morning and the commies were blue and we were red.
Yeah, there you go.
But anyway, if you look at the map, and this is a very important point to your point, Steve, you look at a map of North Carolina and you see that 90% of the land landmass is conservative.
Right.
And you see that all the leftists are centered in, Raleigh, Durham, Charlotte, and other places, Asheville and Southern Pines, right?
Yep, Southern Pines,
Right.
yeah.
Otherwise, the pilot wouldn't exist. Anyway, so we have 114 school districts in North Carolina. We have 100 counties. So generally speaking, except for 14 school districts, one county equals one school district.
Right.
So if 90% of our land mass and 90% of our counties are conservative, then why in the hell do the liberals control our state school board?
Yeah.
So what we need to do is we need to form a program. And by the way, I'm going to work with Lieutenant Governor Robinson and Catherine Truitt to do this. We need to form an organization to organize all of our conservative school boards. Because keep in mind, 90% of our counties are conservative.
Right.
We need to organize our conservative counties. And if they don't have a conservative school board, we need to make sure they do.
Right.
Then we need to organize them. Then we need to flex our muscle, because the bottom line is we outnumber them.
Yes.
Because it's literally county, the counties versus counties.
Right.
The leftists win in gubernatorial elections because it's a popular vote. But that's not the way it should work with our academic institutions, such as the North Carolina High School Athletic Association, and they're a bunch of lefties. Look at the policies they're coming out with. So we need to get our... Steve, the answer to your question is it's appalling. I am so glad that Mark Robinson is up there fighting for us. We need to support him in that. And then more important...
Do you have, if they pass it, do you, as the school board, have to adopt it?
My understanding, no. What those are, those become standards that then become standards for testing. But it doesn't dictate the curriculum, is my understanding. I don't know 100% of that. We've been tackling other issues. This is another thing about school boards. I've been talking to a lot of people who, one thing about Pinehurst, there's a lot of people who move here from other places,
Sure, right.
And I've been talking to people who were on large school boards or were attorneys for large school boards. And a technique that the central offices use is they want their school boards to talk about anything except curriculum.
Right.
They want school boards to get caught down in the minutia of selling buildings and looking at budgets and all that. And that is a very, the business functions are a very important part of the school board. But they're not going to distract me, Levy, and Holmes from looking at academics,
right,
but distract us with,
because it's about the kids.
Correct.
Exactly.
Correct. So we've got a bunch of stuff that was dumped on us. Well, we're going to get through the budget. We're going to get through the sale of the buildings. We're going to get through all these business functions. But in the late spring or summer, we are absolutely going to take 3 or 4 months, and we're going to look at the curriculum. We're going to take a deep dive on the curriculum in Moore County schools. We're going to consider alternative curriculums. We're going to have public hearings. We're going to have, we're going to bring the advocates of the different curriculums forward. We're going to give them a work session to present it. We're going to ask them questions, interact with them. We're going to have public hearings. We're going to have open discussion and debate. And then we're going to decide which curriculum is best for Moore County schools.
Right.
And we have regardless of what they've told you in the past, regardless of what's come from the central office or the previous school board, we have lots of latitude in the curriculum we choose. Now, we have to meet the state standards,
yes,
but they don't tell us how we have to meet them.
Right. Yeah, okay.
So anyway, Steve, great question. Jeff, good follow-up, but we are absolutely going to look at our curriculum, and they are not going to continue to distract us with business functions.
Yeah.
Already talked about it, and I look forward to doing it.
Yeah, that's been a comment many people have had here for years. I'm going on my 8th year here, but people have been talking about curriculum and why can't I see it? Oh, well, you can see it. It's out there. Well, no, it isn't. Yeah, so that'll be nice. We get a little visibility, a little shine a little light on some of this stuff.
Yeah, well, we had a 9-hour work session yesterday. It started at 9 a.m. and it was finished maybe 8 hours. It was finished 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock, and 4 or 5 hours of that was looking at the restart schools. We looked at the restart concept overall. There was a brief just kind of on what the restart program was. That was a little shy on details. The central office loves talking about, oh, it's a large this, and then you say, well, can you define that? And, sometimes they can't, right? And then we did a deep dive on Aberdeen Elementary. And, I have to say, my takeaway on that, by the way, was two things. One is I was impressed with the program that they have at Aberdeen Elementary. I want to go meet with Principal Poole and talk to her about a few things, but overall it looks like a good program. But I have two big overarching things I wrote down about that. One is in all their programs and all their presentations about Restart Schools, there was not one mention about increasing student discipline. And when I went and talked to the charter schools here in Moore County that went from D to A and D to B rated, I said, hey, what was the secret? And I listened, and it was empower the students. Empower the teachers, take care of student discipline. That was it. Take care of student discipline, empower the teachers, and just get the right curriculum and stand back.
Right.
So I didn't hear any mention of what they were doing to increase student discipline.
Yeah, and that's kind of been a little bit of a secret with some of the things that we've heard going on, but because it involves juveniles, we can't talk about that. We can't release information on various things that are going on, etc. But yeah, apparently that is something that would need some visibility here. So we can address that. It needs to be addressed.
The other thing is Aberdeen Elementary reached out to, they have some groups they work with, some church groups and some other groups, but I didn't see any conservative groups up there. So one thing, we as conservatives need to start having our conservative organizations working with the schools and interacting with our students. But anyway, that wasn't kind of on my agenda. But my point is, we had an all-day work session. We did a deep dive on the Restart Schools. Then we're going to look at the other two Restart Schools in the coming months. And I'm hoping that we're going to do the same thing with curriculum. Because if we spend 3 or 4 full-day work sessions really understanding the curriculum, making sure the public understands the curriculum, listening to the public, debating among ourselves, then we'll select the correct curriculum. I have no doubt about it. So speaking of importance of curriculum, there was a couple things that I learned in yesterday's board session. Between now and next year, we're going to have about $8 million to spend on school improvements. So last school board meeting, we approved a tentative prioritized list of school projects, and I have to admit I didn't spend a whole lot of time looking at it. I kind of regretted it, and I'll tell you why in a minute. But what's interesting is, and I was kind of disappointed in this, so this has been open for public comment for 4 weeks now, and in 4 weeks, Moore County Schools received 325 responses. So we have $8 million to spend on school improvements. So they posted a list of, looks like 25, maybe 30 projects, proposed to do it, prioritize, and they asked people for comments. So 90 out of 325 responses, 272 were in support of spending $1.3 million for a new running track in Pinecrest High School. 90% of the responses dealt with athletic facilities. We're a public schools to educate the children. We have schools falling down. 90% of the responses were, we need to have $1.6 million out of $8 million to fix Pinecrest Track. So what is Pinecrest Track rated above? Well, replace a steam boiler in Cameron. Replace steam boiler in Farm Life. Replace 2 domestic hot water heaters in Vast Lakeview Elementary School. Replace a steam boiler in the Community Learning Center. Replace water heater for the cafeteria in Elise Middle School. Replace 2 water heaters in Southern Middle School. So I have to question, if we are going, we have schools that don't have hot water in their cafeterias. We have schools who their boilers aren't going to work next. We have steam leaks, And when the public speaks, they want a track over leaky roofs.
Well, all that indicates to me is that your athletics department there has a has
an email list, and they mobilize.
Right.
And that's my point. Is look, God bless them, right? I understand activism and mobilizing.
Where's
the people.
The PTA for these schools that have these problems, these other problems?
Right. Look at this. They want to track over installing video surveillance cameras at all of our schools.
Yeah,
not
there
just
you go.
one. So they're gonna prioritize a track over security for our people, outfit all of our buses with security cameras, and replacing building security systems at 8 schools.
Yeah,
people.
Wonderful.
If you don't want leaky roofs in your school, if you want security in your schools, if you want security in your buses, if you want hot water in your cafeterias, let's say, you have to speak up. And when they do these surveys, you cannot let an organized group come and prioritize their track over your leaky roof.
Right. Yeah. Gee, why would you want hot water in a cafeteria? You can wash dishes in cold water, right? Come on, people. Well, again, this is a failure of the school parent, the PTA at Cameron or whatever these schools are. Where are you people?
The principals and the PTA should mobilize the people so when things like this come out, because most people didn't know about it.
Maybe you need 2 categories: one that are essential repairs,
right,
and those that are not.
Well, that's that. Yeah, that kind of disturbs me that is an integrated priority list like that.
Right.
Yeah.
So that's earlier on when I said I wish I would have paid more attention to the process at the last meeting, because here's what they did, and here's a flaw in the system, and I voiced this yesterday in the meeting. They expect to have $8 million to spend, and so they put a list of $8 million worth of stuff up there.
Right.
What they should have done, they should have put $12 million worth of stuff out there and say, what would you delete?
Yeah. Well, number one, exactly. Above the line, below the line. You know how that works. What is everything we have to fix? Everything. You put every last thing on there, including the screws in the hinge on the back door of whatever school. And then, you list it all out, prioritize it, and say, hey, I got $8 million. The line is right here.
Yeah, well, I'm not sure the internet has enough disk storage to list everything we need to fix in Moore County schools. But it should have been. I would have done like 50% more, and then had the public prioritize it. And quite frankly, I would have said, what do you want to leave off?
Yeah. And again, it's fine. It's fine. But if they're just going to do a tally, a little paper tally on, we got 90 people that want this track. No, that doesn't wash. You have essential safety and health and welfare items on there that need to be fixed.
So anyway,
that's why we have the school board to act as the fail-safe.
Correct, Steve. And you know what? The good news is we're going to get all, we're getting money, we're freeing money up, and we're going to get all these items fixed. And there was some discussion last night or yesterday about moving the tracks, to last on the list to make sure we get all the health and safety stuff done. And then when there's money available, we'll do the tracks.
And then, you got to energize these PTAs and the other administrators here to, if they're honestly going to take that input from the public like that.
Right, correct. So anyway, hopefully we'll have an improvement in the process next time we do that. So the other thing I learned is our school calendar, the fall semester does not end before Christmas. And when I grew up in Oklahoma, I have never been to a school or college where the the fall semester ended before Christmas. You'd have your finals, you'd worry about it. Then you'd have your finals, you'd set your pen down or a pencil or crayon as a Marine.
Right.
Or you'd eat it because you're hungry, right? Whichever.
Yeah.
So you would either set down your pencil or eat your crayon, and then you would go home for Christmas and you wouldn't have to worry about it, right? You could actually enjoy your Christmas vacation, except in North Carolina. And I had heard the reason why, because in North Carolina, our fall semester goes 2 weeks into January, so students really can't relax over Christmas. They're worried about it. They're studying. They've got that stress. I had heard rumors why that was true, and so I asked, and I am shamed and embarrassed to admit. So first of all, the North Carolina legislature sets the earliest you can start schools, and the date is set such that you cannot help but carry your fall semester into January. The reason why they force schools throughout all of North Carolina to start late is because the tourism industry and their lobby.
Right.
So the tourism industry lobbyists in North Carolina are screwing over the parents, the students, the faculty, and the staff of all the public schools in North Carolina. That needs to stop. People need to be outraged. People need to contact their legislature and the governor and say, tourism does not outrank the importance of educating our children and our fall semester ending before Christmas break.
No kidding. That's beyond me.
I don't even know how it affects it.
No.
I mean, look, I'm on the legislative committee. I'm looking forward to it, right? Dave Hensley goes to Raleigh, right? Just like Citizen Hensley goes to Raleigh. I am so looking forward to it. I'm going to look at Phil Berger. I'm going to say, hey, man, I contribute a lot to your party.
Right.
Well, why in the hell are you prioritizing tourism over the education of our children?
Unbelievable.
Anyway, people need to be outraged. And you know what? If there's a call to action, contact Mark Robinson and the state school board about these ridiculous social study deals. And then, contact Phil Berger's office and your representative, your state representative, about this whole school starting, tourism running our school calendar.
Jeez,
anyway,
that's amazing. Well, back in the day, it was agriculture that drove, summer vacation and all that kind of thing. I could understand that with so many people involved in agriculture, but this thing.
It's not agriculture driving it. It's and I don't get it, because if schools get out earlier, wouldn't people start their vacations earlier?
Right. Yeah.
Right. I don't get it, because it's not like the fall. It's not like they would push back they would start 2 weeks earlier and the end time would be the same.
Yeah.
If they pulled back the start date, then the finish date would pull back.
Yeah.
So maybe you go to wherever, the Outer Banks or Asheville, in the spring. How about that?
Yeah.
Anyway, just ridiculous. What else we have here?
Oh, my Lord.
So let's talk properties. This will be a good one. I was going to talk about the Connect Academy. Let me talk about the Connect Academy real quick. Moore County Schools wants to stand up a dedicated school that's 100% virtual. So, they have their 23 schools, and then they have the Blend Ed, and I'm a supporter of Blend Ed, by the way. Then they want to start up a full-time school virtual. The problem was, and I was very disappointed. I'm just going to hit the wave tops on this. The problem is they presented it yesterday. They wanted us to vote on it next week, and I think it may have support of school board members, because just the way people were talking, but they couldn't even answer simple questions like, how much is this going to cost?
Right.
What's the budget? What's the demand? Have you done a poll to see how many people you do it?
$8 million and 90 people want it.
They didn't even have a budget. And then Mr. Dennison brought up, well, what about the people who are on free and reduced lunch programs? If they want to go virtual, how are we going to get free? We have school buses driving around delivering lunches. So the disappointing thing was the failure to plan and the failure of the central office to be able to answer even simple questions. Now, the reason why is under the previous school board, no one would have even asked simple questions, but they had not done their homework. It was not ready for prime time. I suggested that it be tabled until March, because they're obviously not ready. Look, if you're doing a proposal and you can't tell your board how much it's going to cost, what the demand is, about legal issues and several other things, it ain't ready, and I'll be very disappointed if it's up for vote.
It'll cost $30 million for the new computer lab to do it all.
You know what? Look, it may or may not be a good idea, but do your homework, have a plan, and be able to answer simple questions.
Money. It's always the money.
Yeah. So anyway, one of my concerns is we're going to start. Another concern is, look, the central office has their hands full. They're dealing with
2 minutes.
They're dealing with the pandemic. They're dealing with, trying to get our schools open. They're dealing with restart schools. Why don't we get our blocking and tackling down and then start other programs?
Sure.
I'm afraid they're going to overcommit themselves. Yeah. So. Anyway, I was going to talk about properties. It looks like we're going to reject the sale of the Aberdeen Elementary School because we need to circle back around. We had an offer of $1.5 million, but the Aberdeen Town Commissioners said, or Town Council said, they wouldn't change the zoning to multi-residential. That needs to change. The offer went from 1.5 million to 800,000, but that property along Route 1 at the old Aberdeen Elementary, that should be, high density residential. It's perfect. It's a walk to the Aberdeen Lake. It's got the tunnel under Route 1.
Yes,
where
it does.
people which would be perfect because they want to revitalize downtown so people could walk from those high density apartments to downtown. It already has the sewer. It has all the infrastructure. I mean, my God, Pinehurst is building apartments right next to number 7 and outside the gate of CCNC, but Aberdeen doesn't want apartments. Right. And then finally, the previous Board of Education named a road after the mayor of Aberdeen. So, my point was to maximize the revenue for the children of Moore County and the repair of our schools. The Board of Education needs to go talk to the mayor, needs to talk to the Aberdeen Town Council about why don't you change the zoning, cash in a chip because they named a road after the mayor, and get the zoning changed, and maybe we get $2 or $3 million for the property, and we could do 3 running tracks or something.
There you go.
All right, so it goes for this Tuesday. Have yourself a great, safe day. We'll see you back bright and early tomorrow, 7 to 9 for a Hump Day Wednesday and a ZZ Zone extended version. Until then, be sure to support all the mom and pop businesses you hear on WEEB. Why? Because they support us all year long. And they need your support to keep the dollars here in Moore County rolling over and creating jobs for all of us. And be sure to tell them that WEEB asked you to come. That will help us. Don't forget also that millions of Americans, they have fought and they have died to give and protect the freedoms that you get to enjoy today. Live today worthy of their and their family's sacrifice. I'm Steve Leader Adams and the Leader Man and Nick and Colt the Dog. We'll see you this afternoon at the Sunny Dog Park.